Yo, good evening, everyone. How y'all doing? This is yours truly, Dragon Lee. We made it here in 2024, so we're blessed on that note. And say thank you to everyone who wishes well, and I want to say God bless to all of y'all who made it here. So, I want to talk about the situation that I see is all over the place right now on the internet about Sonya Messey. The poor lady who called the police and then was killed by them. Uh, she called the police due to the fact, if I could be wrong, but I think she had an intruder on her property and someone was trying to break into her home or something like that. So she was scared. So she called 911. She did the right thing, what she expected was to be the right thing to do, which was call 911 for assistance because she had an intruder on her property, looking through her home or on her property in general. So, long story short, moving forward, she called the police. Police come on the scene. She had two officers that came in. Everything seemed okay at first, and then obviously there was one officer that was there who looked like he had a little chip on his shoulder, the Billy Badass attitude. So some people are going to be, well, let me just say this. Some people are going to be feeling upset about what I'm about to say. And what I'm going about to say is going to probably it's going to trigger everybody, somebody, somewhere down the line. But I'm going to only call it exactly how I seen it, okay, and how I analyze the situation. So I would say both parties was right and both parties was wrong. I know I'm gonna get some heat for that, but it's whatever. That's your opinion. You have the right to your opinion. Hear me out first before you judge. So I will say this: when it comes down to it, cops came in. They talked to her. They triggered. They was asking her what was the situation. She explained her situation. Seemed like the taller cop, the shooter, he looked like he had an attitude. Like he looked like he was just like impatient, like he was agitated for some reason. So it's just like, he's talking to the lady. He obviously asking this woman, Miss Sonya Messey, about if she was okay, if she was all right. It's just a little common sense that the lady was a little off. Okay, maybe she was mentally unstable or she was just scared because of the simple fact she had an intruder on around her home and she felt endangered. And I think that's, normal for any woman to feel, especially if she's by herself. So moving forward, he's asking her for her name and her ID. Her ID. First of all, she called 911. She gave her name, and she gave her home address. So you know her name, you know her address because you're standing right there in the middle of her home. So I think that was a little funny to me. I could be wrong, but to me, I think that's a little funny. Okay. So I know, like I said, not everybody's gonna like what I'm about to say, but I can only call it for what it is. So if you know this woman looked like she was a little mentally unstable, maybe not comprehending to you, maybe she had a learning disability, maybe not, not here to knock the woman. All I'm saying is, if you realize this at the beginning, you should have took a little bit more consideration underneath the circumstances of the person or persons you are dealing with, especially in law enforcement, especially if you're a person who's dealing with people in general on a day-by-day basis. So I don't remember if it was the cop who shot her or the partner did tell her about, yo, you got some boiling water on there. It was nice of him to do before it causes a fire. She went over there to deal with it. They instructed her to do so. So you're mad. It seems like you're kind of a little mad at the fact that she did that, but you instructed her to do that. Just keep that in mind. Okay, so she goes over there. She turns off the pot, off the fire. Excuse me, and she's dealing with the situation. Something was said. Then she says something about, "In the name of Jesus Christ, I rebuke you." Okay, that maybe sound a little funny, and then it looked like she picked up the pot and was walking towards him. He felt okay, I guess, in a defensive mode. All right, granted. I can understand you're dealing with somebody who may appear to be mentally stable and she's dealing with hot water, and I get it. You did tell her, you commanded her to put it down, but you yelled, and I believe he yelled and cursed with her and tell her to put the fucking pot down or whatever because he wasn't going to get burnt, something like that. Okay, I get it. Nobody wants to be burnt. But you told her, she got scared. She said sorry. I think she put the pot down, etc., etc. He had his firearms drawn on her, ready to shoot and kill this woman. He did shoot this woman. He shot her, I think, 6 times, I believe, 3 or 6 times. Pardon me if I'm wrong, if I don't got it correct, but about 3 to 6 times he shot her in the head. Okay, he took this woman's life. Okay, now this can be played out so many different ways. It was just funny to me that you tell your partner not to get help, not to get a first aid. First of all, buddy, you just already hung yourself just for that alone. Okay. Later on, you talking to the other officers out there. The other officers you telling them that she was a crazy bitch. You have no remorse for what you just did. Your partner, on the other hand, showed more remorse. He went over there because I saw the video. The video was a 36-minute video, a 36-minute video. And it shows a lot of the footages from both cameras. Your sergeant comes in, or the person in charge, your captain, he comes in, asks us the same question. Was a gun drawn? He said no. He said, wait, what? Even the captain looked like, oh, shit. There better be a good reason why this incident took place. I think everybody kind of noticed, even his own fellow officers realized what was going on. So that's where, in a way, this is where it's going to get crazy, because if you realize you're dealing with a woman who's mentally unstable or has a comprehension disorder, you could have took out your mace or you could have took out your stun gun. You guys could have backed up. You could have stunned her and put her down, then handcuffed her, detained her if she made an attempt to attack you. Then you're in the right because you're defending yourself and now you're arresting her for assaulting an officer. Point blank. You could have ran out the door, right? I don't think the water would have went that far, but let's just say you ran out the door, the water fell, hit the ground, you come in, you detain her, you take her to jail, and that's it. Or if you know she's mentally unstable, call the EMS and take her to a hospital and have her evaluated by a psychiatrist. None of these things happened. None of these things played out. That's just my strong opinion on the matter. Now, looking at so many different things on TikTok and a few other places, I see a lot of comments that's going crazy, how people were going on. I see some white folks saying some old fucked up foul shit. I see some black folks saying some old bugged out foul shit. Black folks want to have no justice, no peace, like the Black Lives Matter. Meaning you got to stop that because you're going to get a lot of innocent people hurt and killed for no reason, over because of one person. That's wrong. Two, white folks have some of you white folks out there have some sympathy. This is a life that was taken. I don't give a fuck whether it's white or you're black. A life was taken, a human soul that was taken, a soul that was created by the Most High. And we got to understand that. This person wasn't evil. They wasn't wicked. If they was challenged, being challenged is not evil. It just means get them some help. Okay? So now I can take this on a biblical aspect. When she said, in the name of Jesus, I rebuke you, maybe the evil spirits inside that individual triggered. Some people can make this argument. That's fine. You can say I'm right. You can say I'm wrong. That's your right to your opinion. I don't really care, personally. I think there's so many different ways on how we could look at it. But at the end of the day, if they would have just tased her, handcuffed her, she would have been alive still. Now, everyone can make an argument to say, oh, it's because she was black or whatever. No, listen. It's an assault situation. You have to defend yourself. I think any one of us in that position would have done the same thing to defend himself, by all means. Okay, I think we need to stop making this a black and white situation and just look at it. There are good people in this world and there is evil people in this world. And I think we need to call out the evil people and put a stop to them. Point blank. That's just my strong opinion on this matter. At the end of the day, I will say to Sonya Messey, may you rest in peace. May God rest your soul and may God grant you the justice you need. Okay. And as for the cop, whether you were right, whether you were wrong, but bro, I'm not gonna call you bro. Let me take that back. I will say this to you. You had no remorse, even afterwards. And that's what's going to show that you are guilty. Besides the fact of how how you presented yourself from the beginning of the situation all the way to the ending of the situation. You was a big ass dude. I don't. Yeah, that was a small little ass lady. You could have tased her, and if you had to shoot and use your firearm, you could have shot her in the arm, or you could have shot her in the leg to disarm her, and then apprehend her. She would have been still alive. So, like I said, I know I'm gonna have people from both sides of the fence going to sit here and attack me. Listen, I really don't care. You can call me whatever. Let me just put this on the table right now. I am a mixed ethnicity. I am mixed with white. I am mixed with black. I am mixed with Hispanic, Native Indian, and Egyptian, and etc. etc. I'm just gonna leave it right there. Call it how you want to. Okay. But this is not about the revolution being about black and white. This is a spiritual thing that's about between God and the devil, and right and wrong. So I'm just going to say to all the rest of y'all, be safe out there. Please be safe and just think twice about certain things in this world. You might want to get yourself a gun and protect your own property. Handle yours. At the end of the day, may God bless you all. Keep everyone safe. One.